Open this hearing of the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Do the agenda first?
Yeah, we're going to call the meeting to order at 6 p.m. First item on the agenda, the approval of the agenda for Wednesday, February 21st, 2018, open session meeting.
I motion to approve the agenda as is for Wednesday, February 21st, 2018.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. First application we have to deal with is public hearing application for variance Daniel Dupree's and Ernie Merrill, 100 Park Street. Ayer ZBA will conduct a public hearing at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, February 21st, 2018, located at the Ayer Town Hall, 1 Main Street, Ayer, Mass, regarding the application by Daniel Dupree's and Ernie Merrill for property located 100 Park Street, Ayer, Mass. Applicant is seeking a variance from zoning bylaw 2009 Article 4.4 Table of Use Regulations, Section 5.4 to allow exterior storage of vehicles and equipment. Gentlemen,
Yep.
come on down.
Good, how are you?
What are we doing? What do we want to do?
We want to be able to park equipment overnight in the back parking lot.
This is the first or the second building?
It's the second building.
Okay, so the second building's got the mechanic here?
Yes.
Is that the one? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
If you
Oh,
go
sorry.
back, that's what we're proposing.
This is how it is now.
That's how it is now. The parking is already there. It's currently being used. They park vans and stuff overnight there.
Who does?
The current owner. And we're just trying to keep the same thing. We both have small excavating companies, so we have trailers and bobcats and stuff like that you would use for that type of work. And from our first looking at the building, it looked like it would be a good fit for the area, and then came down and talked to the building inspector to make sure that everything would be good if we moved forward, and he said there was some gray area that we needed to address with you guys. So that's why we're here.
I have a question for you.
You know what those flags are for?
Excuse me?
You know what those flags are for?
Wetlands.
And you're going to park equipment that close to wetlands. Hydraulic equipment
Yeah.
or diesel fueled equipment.
Yes.
What's the closest distance?
Whatever is on the I don't know, it's probably 25 feet or something like that.
We're not changing the existing parking lot. We're keeping the existing footprint of the parking lot that's there.
And it's the equipment currently, like when we do jobs, you can work in the buffer zone with that kind of equipment, and that so it's all in good repair and not leaking and all.
We'll say Conservation Commission usually either in its orders of conditions does not allow overnight parking of equipment unless there are specific ways of handling any potential
Runoff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead, finish.
Just making sure if this gets approved here, you have to go before the Conservation Commission too.
Okay.
The fact that there's motor vehicles parked there in and out, it's over on a rotating basis versus a storage yard, which has a little bit different connotation towards it.
Okay.
So, looking at the buffer, I would think that you would have to go to conservation to give them a water runoff plan or tell them what you're going to do or how you're going to mediate it.
Well, like I said, the parking lot is established. It's already paved. We're not going to change it.
That's true, but what I'm trying to say is parking lot be like for the vans and cars, so on and so forth. And what you want to do is take them out of there and put excavating equipment in there, which has a larger potential for leakage than an automobile or a van does.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying you might want to reconsider that. I mean, not saying you can't do it, but I'm saying that it's going to be scrutinized a little bit differently because it is in fact a larger potential for damage to the wetlands than it would be for a car that's sitting there.
And some of it is trucks and trailers and stuff that doesn't, isn't just machines.
If it's a machine, it'll leak.
No, and I'm just saying some of it isn't just machines. What I'm saying is some of it is new machines and some of it's trucks and trailers as well.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, from the notes that we got from the Conservation Commission,
Yeah, they want to see them.
well, they said a notice of intent may need to be filed.
Yeah.
Based on our findings today, though, are they going to have to go in front of Conservation, Carly, or?
So what will happen is we've discussed this at our weekly land use meeting, and the consensus right now is that if they're not digging into the earth, moving earth, or paving, they may not need to go to conservation, was everyone at the land use meeting. But what will happen from here, you could put a condition on the variance that they need to file it. Filing the notice of intent would just put you right before conservation to see what's what.
Is there storm drainage back there?
I
Not sure.
don't know.
There isn't. The DPW superintendent.
So it's just runoff. Whatever runs off that parking lot goes into the wetlands.
Right.
I mean, at the notice of intent isn't the only step, lesser step would be request for determination of applicability.
Oh, yeah.
Did you mention that?
She said maybe that a notice of intent may need to be filed.
But was she at the meeting?
Yep.
Good.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you did grant it, to allow for this use of outdoor storage, you could put a condition on it that, they have to see conservation. And then Charlie won't issue a certificate of occupancy until the conservation requirements have been satisfied.
Would it make anybody feel any better if, as part of the approval, we would keep like a spill kit in the back, that could be used at any time? I've had to do that where I've worked, within 20 feet of a river.
Yep.
There needed to be a spill kit on site at all times, and I would have no problem like putting one of those big toolboxes and chaining it to the fence, and it's always full of the appropriate materials.
Personally, I'd expect that where, you are so close to the wetlands, regardless of our findings, but
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to
Right.
address the concern, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I think more the concern is something happening overnight, nobody's there to see, and then,
But generally, it doesn't it wouldn't be a large spillage if the machine wasn't
Right, they're
Well, that's true.
running
I-
either.
Yeah, I understand that.
They'd
I
blow a
get
hose
that.
if the machine was running and someone would be there for that. So it would be
Yeah.
a small leak, but
Could I ask one question? So this is under 5.4,
right,
and this is general business district?
right. So they are
It says
It's a table.
not permitted.
not permitted.
So that's why they're here for a variance and not a
Okay.
special.
So I had one question, because one of the permitted uses is very close to what we're trying to do, and it is a public utility yard with a service yard. And I had posed the question to the building inspector, and he explained to me, yeah, that would be like Keolis, or that would be like N-Star, or that would be
Right. Public utility.
having all the same stuff like backhoes and dump trucks and all that kind of stuff, but it's just that we're not a public utility company.
Right.
But it is kind of the same use, if that makes a difference or not. I don't.
I mean, they operate under a totally different set of rules. I mean,
It's not that they're exempt, they just fall under a different umbrella.
Okay. No, I was that's one of the, just curious, that's all.
Yeah, I know Conservation Commission frequently shakes its head at National Grid or the railroad because it's like, oh, we wouldn't.
And I have no
They
issue.
have no jurisdiction.
Yeah, and I have no issue talking with conservation.
Yeah.
And we're also proposing to put a fence around it at the edge of the asphalt so that stuff can't creep outside the fenced area or
And again,
anything like that.
With the fence, I'm not on the Conservation Commission, Jess
Yeah.
is. What you're gonna wanna do with the fence though is make sure that where you're so close to those wetlands that if there's a turtle or anything, you're gonna wanna check with them, just because it has to be passable for some wildlife, I believe.
That's fine.
Yeah.
If you were putting in a fence, you'd be digging the posts.
They just drive them.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to dig. They just drive them.
My advice, because I'm also on the Conservation
Mhm.
Commission, is at least think about a request for determination of applicability. There's no fee with the application, and commission's actually pretty, we work with people. So,
Okay. Is that something that is like a longer process, or
No, you can get in March, probably. I mean,
so it has to go to another meeting, or?
Yeah, you'd have to talk to Joanne about getting on the schedule. She's the conservation administrator. But
Okay.
Is this your building?
Is it my building?
Yeah.
It is not.
So you're renting this?
No, we want to purchase it.
The you want to purchase one building? or
The half of one building. It's condominiums.
It's that mechanic, that big
Yeah, I
mechanic.
know, because I look at the thing, I see two businesses, and they say there's like 9 units. And I go,
It is, it's, all those bays are separate, so like that gentleman just said, it's condominium units per bay essentially. So they've broken it down like that.
But there's only 2 active businesses in there?
I don't know. I think there's more.
It's a brewery.
And so in this building, there's the My Mechanic shop.
Yeah.
There's a welder,
Yeah.
and then there's the piping company we're trying to purchase his portion of the building.
Because when you go by there, it looks like there's just 2 businesses. Looks like there's a muffler shop, 3. Muffler shop, My Mechanic, and the other one. It's really all you kind of see when you go by.
Mhm.
And when I got this and I saw there were 9, I couldn't believe it. So would you make, if you purchase one building, would you utilize, or would you leave it as that many units?
Well, we're going to purchase 3 units on one building.
One's a
One-
double.
one-
One's a double unit, and the other 2 is
That right there.
Those 3?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not buying land or anything, you're just buying those condos?
The land is owned by the condominium association.
Correct,
So we're just the only thing we would be buying is the inside portion,
correct.
and the outside portion is
Common area.
common area. Some of it's common area. Some of the parking is deeded to the bigger unit, and we went to the condominium association to kind of propose this, and everybody was okay with it. And
So the parking area in the back, you don't own that?
No.
You don't- So the condo association owns that?
correct,
That's why they had to go in front of the condo association, I believe, right?
Yes.
To get
to get permission to.
condo docs.
So
But they okay,
would the variance go to him or to the condo association?
That's what I'm just thinking. I would have thought it would have gone to the condo association, not to you guys. I mean, you don't own the land. So how do we give you a variance on how to use it if it's not yours?
So here's where I got kind of confused. The
welcome
build,
to the club.
the building inspector, when I told him, what it was currently being used for, that they are storing trailers out there, and they're storing some, there's some stuff parked out there overnight and stuff. He said, well, that doesn't matter because, well, not that it doesn't matter. I forget his exact words. He said, that is kind of a current use, and it's grandfathered in. Where
Correct.
you're a new owner, where
Yes.
you would be a new owner,
He said,
he said that we would have to come see you. And I said, well, I'm not buying the land. Like, the outside land isn't mine. So does it fall under the, well, you're not a new owner type of thing or not? And he said that that wasn't his call to make and that we needed to come see you.
So if you look at it from the standpoint that the variance is to this business, it is not to the building and the land.
The variance,
So
the
that-
variance is for the use of the
By
land.
him, but if he leaves and somebody else goes in, that variance is no longer applicable, I would assume, because.
but that's
I don't-
I mean,
I don't know how to, what you're asking to do is put a variance on a piece of land that we have no right to do.
Well, I mean, we have a right to do it.
No, we don't.
Sure we do.
The condo association owns that land. These guys don't.
But if we do have their special meeting vote.
Right,
they-
take a look at the condo,
Yeah.
notes from the condo association.
Do you?
It really wasn't very specific, it just said
No,
like
I honestly noticed that too.
six or eight guys, you know, a couple of them said no. The rest of
Permission
them
to
were
install
okay with
security
it.
fence.
And we actually have a letter from one of the guys that said
To
no. He
protect
actually
their
sent me a letter that
Fencing
said
will
that
keep
Give a
from
copy.
it was
vandals.
okay. I do.
Yeah,
Fencing will be through, okay, so it's fenced.
Yeah, but that's not the issue. What-
The
what
issue is, you know, your,
is the
the
authority.
variance goes to the property, the
Okay.
use of the property.
So, this letter that, I'm sorry, so what's your name?
Ernie.
So the letter that Ernie just gave me, response to the attached variance application, so they've seen the application for the variance, so they
Yeah.
must know what these gentlemen are seeking. Response to the attached variance application from Daniel DePreez and Ernie Merrill, John Kelly is the director of butter, number 9, Montpino, no objection.
Well, that's fine, he doesn't have any objection, he's in the butter, that's fine.
Right.
That's not where I'm hesitating. I'm hesitating on giving a variance to a piece of property that they have no right to.
Well, but I think they,
Did you not go to the planning board first? You said you talked to them and they.
I talked with the building inspector because he is, as far as I was told, he is the zoning enforcement agent.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
So I went and spoke with him, and I basically, I didn't have a plan and all that drawn up. I said, this is what we want to do. We went to the condo association, me and him, we sat down, and we looked at the current zoning laws. And he said that the thing that you're gonna have a problem with is exterior storage. And I said, well, we're just parking. I said, people park there now. There's stuff there now. We're not really changing anything. And that's when he told me that because we're new owners, that it would be different. So I basically just went off of, so I guess my question is then, like, if we're not taking ownership of the land,
How do
Then
they give you a variance to use it?
why do you need to if it's already being used at that, for that use?
That's, I can't answer that. I really can't answer that.
Because it's more or less live parking,
Okay,
you know, and what you're talking about is storage and this, you know.
okay.
We've been down that path, and in reality, we don't have a problem with it. There'd be some stipulations on it, of course, like we did on the last time. We said, okay, you're going to use this for storage. You're not putting this, you're not putting this, you're not putting this. That's a given. However, it's not your land. Now, if the association, if the condo association asks for a variance to take it from live parking to equipment storage, then we'd have to address it differently. But I don't think you guys are in the right church.
Okay, I spent $2,200 based on the advice of the building inspector to do this, to prepare what I needed to do for this board in to try and do everything correctly, I guess we'll say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I brought up the fact that we didn't own the land. I that the common area is owned by the condominium association. One of the deeds does say that they have exclusive right to 20 of the parking spaces.
now
Yep.
those out back or in the front?
It just it doesn't
It
say.
doesn't say.
It just says 20, and that is the deed for the largest unit. So would that sway anything at all? Does that help?
Well, that gives you the right
To
to
the
use
back.
it to the back, yes.
Okay.
Do you have that?
I have that deed, yes.
Can I see it?
Sure.
That's all.
One question. Sure. On the notes from the condo association, at the bottom it says, there's a note that says prior to the sale. condo association requests a document stating that if the units are purchased and allowed to put up a security fence, that it will be their responsibility to ensure that and then the note ends.
Oh, the snow. That we're gonna deal with the snow because right now they push the snow down to that end of the parking lot. So I just told them we'll leave it in front of the fence and we'll deal with it.
You gonna have equipment for it? I'm just kidding.
What the deed says, what his registered deed says for that property. Unit is conveyed with an undivided 15.2% interest in the common areas of property, both described in the master deed and the attribute to this unit. Unit is also conveyed subject to the benefits and restrictions shown on Schedule A attached to the original deed and includes 20 parking spaces for exclusive use of the grantee. Said spaces being appropriately marked and right to use the common driveway areas. So,
I think they do.
I think they do too, okay. Anybody want to look at this?
No, I agree.
And here's this as well, so
All right.
if anybody wants to take a look at the letter from one of the gentlemen who couldn't make it to the condo meeting. You know,
All right,
What kind of equipment are you using? What's
excavation equipment.
Excavation equipment.
hose, excavator?
We have a backhoe. We have a few smaller excavators. We have a couple medium-sized excavators. The registered equipment is we have some we have a couple skid steer trailers, like small equipment trailers, one larger equipment trailer, and then some smaller and medium-sized dump trucks.
Okay, do you, I think one of the concerns I would have is that you just, all this is for use in your business.
Correct.
Not speculatively collecting stuff.
No.
No, so
You know, I guess
It's
you
in and
couldn't
out. It's
with
gonna be-
20 spaces and all that equipment, you would.
here's
Alright.
so the thing is we were asked to make a list of equipment, which we did.
do you have it with you?
I do. There could be. I mean, the chances that the yard would be full of it means that neither one of us is making any money.
Right.
You know, between the inside, what would go inside and what would go out. Does everyone want one or just?
If you have a bunch of
Yeah, we have a bunch. We have
a bunch
copies for
of
everybody,
So the chances that everything is there are
and out back because some of it, like you said, will be in the
Is
building too.
probably not really
Okay.
likely.
What about repairs? What kind of repairs? You obviously, as far as codes goes.
We're both you know, small businesses, so we don't have like a repair guy. So like the repairs that we do in house are fairly minimal. We would change the oil on the machine inside. We would, you know, fix lights
Your own
and
use, you're not-
yeah, we're not like a heavy
Not
equipment
shop.
repair shop or anything like that.
Are there any abutters here?
No, he's the owner.
He's the current owner.
I'm watching you. Well, I have two concerns. Number one is that spill kit out back, obviously. And number two, no materials.
That's a good point.
Nope, agreed.
That's
No
fine.
materials.
Agreed.
That is, it's for equipment, no gas tanks, no fuel tanks,
Agreed.
nothing.
No problem.
And one of my concerns is that, you know, obviously that's a busy road, right?
Mhm.
Towards Fitchburg Road and Groton School Road.
Yep.
You know, if you had a backhoe sitting out front,
Mhm.
somebody's looking at it for 10 seconds. Park Street's already going to get really busy because we're putting in a new parking garage.
Okay.
So it's going to be a busy road. Outside of what Sam's already highlighted, my only concerns are, you know, just be courteous. You know, a bunch of
Yeah,
people
and
up
that's-
front can draw an eye
Birds
real
out
quick.
back.
That's why we had the
It's out
privacy
back.
fence.
Right, I know.
That's why we put it on there.
That's
It's
what
just honestly as a courtesy for security purposes and also for the fact that just so that it looks aesthetically pleasing as well.
Okay.
No, agreed.
John, anything?
No, I'm
Ron?
I'm sorry.
What were your, I'm taking notes for a bit, Carl's not doing it.
Spill kit out back,
Spill kit,
moderate size.
Mhm.
I I'd be happy with that, with no materials like gas tanks or.
No material storage there whatsoever.
Yeah, no hazardous
No hazmat.
liquids or anything like that. That's totally fine.
And I'd be comfortable adding on the stipulation to just go have a meeting, a simple meeting with the Conservation Commission, just to see if there's anything like an earthen berm or something, just.
When you plan on kicking this off?
Like 2 months ago. To be honest, I mean,
That sure does narrow that down. That is
No, we just try to close this.
Yeah, would there be anything that we could do to meet with the conservation more speedily than next month?
They meet twice a month.
Okay.
So our next meeting is tomorrow night.
Okay, could we come back?
Or they're already in there,
Could we could we slide in on that as some sort of an emergency situation?
I have no idea.
No, it's a closed meeting.
Okay.
We don't add things that fast unless it's a true emergency.
It's
But
kind of.
It's a closed meeting.
Yeah.
But what I would do is tomorrow is contact the conservation administrator. And she could probably get you into our March 8th meeting.
March 8th? Okay, that's not terrible.
It's just 2 weeks. We meet twice a month, so.
Okay.
Well, even if they file a notice of intent, what's that going to do to them? It doesn't.
Well, yeah,
it doesn't.
If they file a request for determination of applicability, that's a much simpler process. And unless there was something big, it wouldn't need a notice of intent, which has
Okay.
fees. So this would be just, okay, we're not.
Is this going
More of an
Will
informational
that be-
type of thing?
Yeah, or it's like, we won't have any problem if you do this.
Okay, that's fine.
So, but it just gives us a little bit of
That's fine.
looking at how things would come off that parking lot, both in light of what Joanne put on her comment form and what the DPW also put
Okay.
on theirs. So,
I can make a motion. You're good at that.
Can do. I motion to grant the variance to the applicants from zoning bylaw 2009, Article 4.4, Table of Use Regulations, Section 5.4, to allow for exterior storage of vehicles and equipment with the following stipulations. That spill kit be kept on site, that no materials hazardous or otherwise be kept on site, and that
meet with the conservation.
and that the applicants meet with the Conservation Commission
To review stormwater
to review stormwater
and spillage problems.
and spillage problems.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It's yours.
We're good?
You're good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, fellas.
Thanks. Have a good night.
I motion to close the public hearing for 100 Park Street.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. I was a bit behind. I apologize. First of the few, Ayer ZBA will conduct a public hearing at 6:30 p.m. instead of 6:05 on Wednesday, February 21st at the Ayer Town Hall located at 1 Main Street, Ayer, Mass. Regarding the application of the Town of Ayer for property located off Woodland Way and Hemlock Drive, Assessor's Map 36, Parcel 210, Pingree Hill Water Tank, Ayer, Mass. 01432. Applicant is seeking a special permit pursuant to zoning bylaw 3.3.5.1 Wireless Communication Services District to erect a 70-foot utility pole to support antennas for the Town of Ayer public safety operations.
Is there a representative for the applicants?
Chief,
How you doing tonight?
good evening.
Good, how are you?
I'll do my best to answer questions. I'm not the project engineer by any means, but it is a police, fire, DPW project. I know a little bit about it.
All right. Okay.
Says reason for application pursuant to Arizona bylaw, Communication Service District for Town Project.
Could you speak up so we can hear you, please?
I'm reading it. Oh, that's pursuant to the Ayer zoning bylaw. This is the brief for the application. Pursuant to zoning bylaw 2009 3.3.5.1 Wireless Communication Services District for the approved town project 17 DPO1 that was approved at town meeting. Involves erecting a 70-foot utility pole supporting antennas for public safety, police, fire, DPW at this site, which is town property. This will not be used for commercial cellular operations. Additionally, a solar panel and outdoor housings on the ground or on the pole will contain communications equipment and batteries to support the communication system. I assume this is a repeater, is that correct?
It's called a voter,
Okay,
actually, but it's same
Basic,
idea as the
same thing.
repeater, yes.
all right. What's going on in the water tank?
No, so this particular one at the Pingree Hill site is gonna go on the pole.
Oh. Why did they give us pictures of the tank? Well, there's more than one, obviously.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's several.
I think those were designed just to give you an idea of where the tank is and where the.
Oh,
where
the
the,
relation, okay.
Right. That's my understanding anyway.
The pole's not up, so you can't take a picture of it right now.
Right.
I guess I'm a little confused. If it was town property, why are we going through this?
Likewise.
For any new tower to prove the applicant must demonstrate it is not feasible, locate an
Town
antenna.
property is still zoned a certain way.
Well,
Well, look at 3.3.51.
that's a thought.
Find out what we're doing there. I have a question.
Sure,
We're talking about multiple towers.
three different sites.
Okay. So I don't understand with all the technology why a town decides to need 3 towers.
It's about the geography of the town. So the geography of the town doesn't allow, it isn't flat, believe it or not. And the way that, and again, I'm not,
Yeah.
but it's the way of the curvature of everything. It doesn't allow for direct line of sight, so it blocks signals here and there.
So VHF is line of sight.
Right.
So, when I was much younger,
There was no houses
there
here.
was a fire station with a tower, and it handled Groton, Shirley, Dunstable, and Pepperell.
Probably a lot less wireless communication too. I mean, I'm not
Well,
sure
but
if
that was
that has
all
any
they
effect
did.
on it.
That was, they had one central dispatch for 3 or 4 towns, and there weren't towers everywhere.
But nobody had a computer in their pocket at that time, you know?
Right.
I mean, technology
The technology
since that
has
point in
probably
time-
changed. The bandwidth that we're allowed now has narrowed tremendously. So we had issues with communication before, and now it's even worse. Because they narrowed the bandwidth down so tightly that we need better access or better equipment to bounce those signals. So really, the Hilltop site, which we'll get to, I know, is the more important site. That's where our main tower is, our main station's going to be. This voter site out at the end of the town is designed to, because we have no communication out there sometimes. You know, we can't raise, and it's more with our portable radios.
What's that word you said?
It's called a voter.
Okay.
So what the voter does is it accepts signals, radio signals, and it decides which signal is the strongest, and then sends that out to wherever it needs
So
to go.
basically, it is a repeater.
Basically, right,
Okay.
right. So that's why we need that site out in that area of the town, because our portables are not being received in that area of the town. Not our cruiser radios, but the
Right.
portable radios. The one at the Pingree, like I said, that's our main area, the Hilltop, and then the police station is just a microwave. That's all that's going to be. And that just shoots a signal right up to the tower from our base station. And it needs direct line of sight for that.
Okay, did we get to 3.3?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Yep.
But it's already in the wireless district.
input, because
A lot of people here,
indeed.
indeed. Yes, let's hear from an abutter. A butter, some abutters.
A butter for Hilltop?
No,
That's what you're,
no, this
This-
is the Woodland Way.
yeah, that's what I mean, it's 3, so that's
But they're three separate ones.
Correct.
correct.
Yes.
So this one is
That's Pingree you're talking about?
Pingree, yes ma'am.
Okay.
Anybody here from Pingree?
Am I the only one?
Yes, sir?
Need your name.
Chris McCoven,
And your address, sir?
37 Hemlock.
Are you opposed?
I kind of want to know, if we're going to be able to see this from our house or anything like that. Didn't really get that from the notice.
It's a, it's not a cell tower. I mean, I think it would just be an omnidirectional tower, with just
Telephone pole,
a telephone pole. post.
basically.
The stipulations in it, the towers are gonna be,
Right next to the water tank,
yeah,
from what I understand.
Next to the water tank.
Correct. Yep, based on the plans that they've given to us, it's gonna be right next to the water tank.
yeah, that's what I say.
70 feet up. I don't know how high the water tank is.
60.
Is it?
It's 60? Thank you.
Well, actually, if I may, I'm sorry. Are you talking about the water tank up and by,
But, yeah.
but they're talking about.
Oh,
Pingree Hill
we're
brand
at,
new
I'm
one?
sorry, we're at
Right.
Pingree.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. It's
I'm
just,
sorry.
Thank you. for that.
no, I just wanted to make sure. So,
Thank you.
good evening, Chairman. My name is Bill Daniels, 3 Brilena. So, one of the, we were here for Brilena Court for by the tanks by the school for that site. So, I just wanted to weigh in. The Conservation Commission has made multiple visits up to the tank that's located up on the top of Pingree Hill. I don't think that tank is much taller than 40 feet. It's hard to say standing next to it.
Okay.
So,
I would go
just
with
for the
Mr.
gentleman's
Daniels'
question, that tank's not a very tall tank. I don't know if you've seen it.
No. The only stipulations really that we had in there, and for whatever reason, it's required, they're under the FAA guidelines. They're calling for galvanized, core 10 or equal. It doesn't say anything about screening of any type. Provide additional landscape to screen facilities, fencing. Are these fenced? Do you know, Chief?
I would I really don't know.
I would imagine they
For
would
this,
be.
it's probably got a security fence of some type.
I would think, yes.
Right, so,
That's only gonna be maybe 8 foot or so.
at the most.
All right.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, sir.
I definitely would never want to make the chief's life harder because I've always appreciated everything he's done for us here. Are there any drawings or anything that shows what these applications appear? Is there any reference?
Can you get to it? I can't.
I'm gonna try.
Yeah. What's that one? Oh,
Now we just.
that's part of it.
Yeah.
Is this on the website?
I'm sorry?
Is this available for the public to see?
I would hope
Oh, yes.
so.
Yep, it was.
Again, yeah, I didn't submit the documentation. I'm just here to
All right, go the other way.
Here we go.
represent as best
All
I
right.
can.
So this is the Pingree Hill site.
Yes.
Yep, Pingree site.
Okay.
So that one, thank you.
Yep.
So that one, Chief, looks like it's on the street side, right? You come up that road,
Right.
and the tower is on the same side of the big water tank as the existing cell tower is on the next hill over. So that's actually more toward Willow Road.
Okay.
Next one.
In fact, that top, see in the top right corner?
Yeah.
That's Willow Road. See the very top right corner of the
Oh, up here?
Of the
Right
picture,
here?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's Willow Road.
Okay.
That's what you're seeing there.
Next slide. All right. Yep. Okay. So this is Pingree Hill.
Correct, yep.
We want to take these all one at a time?
Yes, I think we
Okay.
should.
All right.
We have public input probably
Yes.
for all three.
So-
Mr. Chair, would you please go back one picture? Was that a photo simulation of the? I don't know how you go back
Bear
there.
with me.
So in that top left photograph, I believe that the picture you see, the extension behind the tank is actually the cell tower that's on the other side.
I
of
see the
Pingree.
cell
imagine
tower
that.
right there.
Right.
So that's there already.
That's there already.
Right.
This is not going to be anywhere near that height. It's only supposed to be 70 feet. And the device we're putting on there is not a gigantic antenna. It's a small thing. Relatively small.
So there's already a cell tower there?
Yes.
There's not on this hill.
Not on this hill, but
Not on this
it's
hill, on the next
it's
hill.
actually
Can you see
very,
that Can you see that tower from your house?
I don't think I can see the.
Not enough to disturb you, right?
No.
Okay.
so the-
This won't be as tall.
so you're not going to see ours then.
Well, number one, it won't be as tall. It doesn't have the,
Exactly.
it doesn't have the antennas on it.
Exactly.
This is an omnidirectional post.
Right.
Okay. All
Would
right.
you be able to turn the lights down in the middle, because we're looking right through those bright lights of your screen.
Bad reflection, isn't
Honestly,
there?
I would have no idea.
Yeah, there's a bad reflection.
Oh, there you go.
That's-
Very
That
helpful.
better?
Thank you.
That's better for me
Yes.
anyway.
Well done.
Is this already in the overlay district?
Yes, it is.
So why is this, why are we bothering?
Don't know. We're told
That
we
was-
need to do this, so we're doing it.
That's what I was told as well.
Yes.
It was a surprise to us,
Okay.
so it was the last minute.
Right. All right.
More than it's doing, then.
Yes, we want them to talk to each other.
Let's take Pingree Hill first.
Frustrating, isn't it?
Yes.
All right.
Let's
Based
hear
on
it.
that, all right, I'll make a motion.
Do it.
I make a motion to grant special permit pursuant to zoning bylaw 2009 3.3.5.1 wireless communication services direct to erect a 70-foot utility pole to support antennas for town of Ayer public safety operations at the property located off of Woodland Way and Hemlock Drive, Assessors Map 36, Parcel 210, Pingree Hill Water Tank, Air Mass 01452.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. All right. Next one. Yes.
Motion to close the public hearing
Good job.
for property located off of Woodland Way and Hemlock Drive, for the applicant seeking a special permit pursuant to Air zoning bylaw 2009 3.3.5.1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Closed. All right. Next one.
Let me just go to the next one. Oh,
Ayer ZBA will conduct a public hearing 6:10 PM Wednesday, February 21st, 2018, at Ayer Town Hall located 1 Main Street regarding the application of the Town of Ayer for property located off of 0 Rear Highland Ave, 115 Washington Street, Assessor Map 20, Parcel 20 to 22, Ayer, Mass. Applicant is seeking a variance to allow for an erection of a 120-foot guide telecommunications tower location which is not covered in the Wireless Communication Service District and a special permit pursuant to zoning bylaw 3351, Wireless Communication Service District to erect the 120-foot guide telecommunications
tower to support antennas for town of Ayer public safety operations.
Thank you. All right.
That's a big one.
It is.
Helpful.
120 foot in this guide. Where are we?
Yeah, this will be at 20 feet higher than what we currently have.
I'm sorry?
It'll be 20 feet higher than what we currently have.
At the PD.
So currently we have antennas on the water tank that go up 60 feet.
Yeah.
And the tank itself, as we're learned, are 60 feet. So this brings it up another 20. This tower anyway.
I believe that gentleman said the tank was 40 feet.
No,
Wrong
That
tank.
was for
That
Pingree.
was Pingree.
Yeah.
60
60 is that one.
Washington Street.
I say.
Yeah, so Mr. Chairman, and with all respect to the chief, the tank here is about 60 feet tall.
Right.
This application is for a 120-foot tower. with whips on it, which would, by definition, be more than 20 feet taller than the.
No, so what I'm saying is the tank is 60 feet.
Mhm.
There's an antenna on top of the tank.
Right, several.
Right, that go up another 60, another 40 feet, so that's about 100 feet, I believe. That's my understanding anyway. So this is just going to be a tower that's going to hold other antennas, but lower than that.
No, I understand. So obviously I've seen this out the kitchen window many times,
Mhm.
and I don't know that it's quite as high as you might think, as
Okay.
as someone's giving you that information. I think it's probably closer to 80 feet at the top of those whips at best.
Okay.
And I know one of the things we were hoping to see, because a lot of the neighbors that are in here can see the tank, especially during the winter. If we can see the tank, then we'd be able to see a tower that was taller than the tank.
Mhm.
And I think we were kind of hoping to see a photo simulation taken from different angles, so we'd have an idea of what it would look like, for instance, from Brilena Court. Because a number of the residents who are here all live on Brilena Court and can definitely see it in the winter. The question is, what's visible in the summer, et cetera.
Right.
So I know that was one of the things we were personally trying to hope to see.
I'm sorry I don't think we have that. I wish we did.
Just, I'm on Norwood Avenue. A couple of concerns I have is, will it ever have commercial on it?
Never, ever.
Never.
No, this is a town-owned,
What type of blockhouse is it? Is it a wood blockhouse? Is it a concrete blockhouse?
the house that's there now, it's all concrete.
So it's gonna have police protection, in other words, security, fire.
There is already a security fence in the area.
Right, now,
And we're gonna
how
make
will
sure-
that security fence go around the tower?
The tower's on top of the tank.
No, the new one, you're gonna have guide wires out, you got a 120-foot
Right.
tower. Guide wires are gonna go out, say, a number of feet.
Right.
How secure is that gonna be? What's gonna be around to secure it, and what does that do to eyesight for other people? In other words,
I'm told there's gonna be some kind of fencing.
Bring it forward.
But I don't know what
Okay.
that is. Probably an 8-foot fence.
but all this is changing
Where?
all this is changing the
Landscape.
There's your base.
Yes.
topography of the land mass,
Yes.
all right?
This is what'll be on.
Next day, your antenna's there.
Can I have your name again, please?
Chuck Blank, I want to know what Avenue,
I'm sorry?
44 Norwood Avenue.
No, before that, your last
Chuck
name?
Blank,
LeBlanc?
yes.
Okay.
This is the tower. Here's the guys.
Now, the guys, when they put guys in, they'll anchor them out,
Understand that.
right?
So presumably you'd have a fence around the entire perimeter with the guys
That-
inside.
Those will be enclosed inside the fence. That's
Yes.
what they're asking about, is the fencing that's going to go around the guys.
I would doubt it. I don't know.
That's not what I've been told.
I would doubt it. I would doubt that the guys would be inside the fence. The fence, from
Do you have
the
another-
pictures I saw, the fence was around the perimeter of the tank. And the.
Currently, yes.
And the building.
Current, and the building,
Right.
yes.
So,
But
The guys, if you do the math on the distance, you're gonna be out probably,
Plus or minus the height of the tower.
yeah, basically.
So typically what happens, especially with a guide tower like this, is there's a fence at the bottom of the tower that protects the base of the tower so the kids can't get on it and hurt themselves. And then occasionally, depending upon the area, there's small fenced areas, sometimes 20 by 20, around each one of the guide areas so that nobody can affect the guys. That would make sense to me.
Well,
I think that's what.
the guys that I'm familiar with, they're usually anchored in cement. And I would be really, really surprised if anybody could do anything to the guys.
I think the only concern would be, and my children are old enough, I shouldn't say that, my children are still silly enough to try and climb up those guys to see how fun it would be. And I think especially
Well, you
next
put
to
rat guards on the guys. I mean, they've been on enough ships and know how to do that.
But
Keep the
next
drunks
to
from
a-
climbing up the ropes, put a rat guard on it.
But next to the elementary school, it might be more important to,
Right.
wall those off
Right, and I think that's the idea.
in some way.
There is, that antenna will not be on the ground.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
As I understand, it's on top of the tank.
No.
No. So this is a brand-new tower.
Whole new tower.
It'll be a steel construction tower that's gonna go next to the tank.
Oh, Oh, I missed.
Antennas that are on the tower, on the tank now, will be moved from the tank to this tower, as well as the addition of a newer antenna for us.
Yeah, see, I misunderstood the drawing because I saw the picture and it said,
Oh, okay.
it said hilltop site, view of water tank and communications shelter. New tower, 120 foot, will be installed outside the fence, approximately centered on the tank. So I understood it to be on the tank.
Oh, not on the top, it's centered as you're looking at the tank. They're trying to give you a better idea of where it's
My
gonna be,
mistake.
which is close to, they're trying to put it as close to the tank as possible.
Center line of the tank.
Exactly.
Mr. Chair, could we go back to the picture so that we could identify where the base of the tower is going to be located?
This one, sir?
Yes, thank you. So it's that pin there, Chief?
Yes, the pin right, yes.
That one.
Okay.
It's
Sorry.
okay.
I know, don't
You
touch.
can't touch it.
Can't touch it.
There it is.
Yeah,
Right.
right there.
So it'll be the point we see before we see the water tower from our house.
Right.
Yeah, so for folks who live on Rylena or on Norwood, that location is the most obvious of the tank locations, of the spots around the tank.
Well, that's-
Mr. Chairman, and I definitely don't want to cause the chief any difficulty in any way, shape, or form if I can help it. But it would be helpful if we could get a photo simulation so that folks could see what it would look like from various points. I don't know if you've ever done those before.
I've seen them, yeah.
I promise your engineer's familiar with them. So what they do is they take photos from different locations as they approach coming up Washington Street, where you could see the tank off of Norwood, Washington Street, and Rylena. And then what they do is they simulate the height of the tower next to the tank, and they can do a really good job of pointing out exactly what it's going to look like.
Okay.
So that folks can say, wow, that's not that bad, or they can say, boy, that stinks up a lot. But this would put people in that position, and what they'd also be able to do is they'd also be able to show how much greater it was than the existing whip antennas that are already up there today. So it would really nail that down. Unfortunately, this picture doesn't help people understand what it's going to look like.
Right. Well, and I know, and again, we were rushed on this. We did not realize we had to come here and do this. So I'm not going to say that would have been done, but I don't know. So I can definitely get our engineer on that.
It would be
Our
appreciated.
project manager.
The other plan also for Pingree Hill, it actually listed, and I almost interrupted you, but I didn't want to. It actually showed that there were 2 whips and a microwave dish that are going on that pole, which isn't a big deal. One is for the fire department, one is for you guys, and then there was the microwave dish, which had set backhauls to this tower. It would be interesting to know what exactly is planned to go on this tower. Is it a couple of whips, 10 whips?
I
microwave
understand,
dishes?
as I read this, it's whatever's on that tank is coming off the tank going on that tower.
Right.
Is that
So-
correct?
No, we're talking about
But I
Pingree.
thought there's additional.
Well, so
Yeah, there's microwave.
We're talking about Pingree Hill now, right?
what I'm saying is that, would you be so kind as to go back to the picture of Pingree Hill?
This one
So
is-
right there, yep, thank you very much.
problem.
So in the bottom left, there's a small chart, and what that indicates is that you're gonna have a VHF antenna, and that says it's a Sinclair, and it doesn't give you enough information, but it's probably an Omni.
Right.
The one in the middle is a CommScope 2-foot microwave dish, and the bottom one is an 85-inch, or basically 7-foot long whip, which it says is future fire alarm repeater antenna. So,
Right, that's not part of this project right now.
correct.
Right.
But knowing that information
Mhm.
for the site at Highland would be helpful in understanding what the tower was going to look like.
Can you keep going forward, see if there is that information in there? There
Did you
is.
see it on
There
the
is, Appendix F.
Picture. Is there another,
Keep going.
There's a description. in
Keep
the
going.
communication.
No, back.
Oh, we got it for this one?
Yeah, there is
No,
no.
because I got Appendix F.
can you go one more, go to the Rome Tower?
Talking about right this?
Yep, so that says there's gonna be a leg-mounted tower at 123. I can't read
I can,
those.
if you want to take this, so it comes, you know.
Here's what it says.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. That's what it says.
Oh, okay, this is just not up on the screen.
No, and I don't know why. You come from the same place.
So, do you mind if I read it out
By
loud?
all means, go ahead.
You can explain later, Jess. So this says that the Air PD will have their alpha channel transmitting antenna at 120 feet. It's top mounted, so the top antenna is going to be for this alpha channel. It's says it's VHF band, and it's a 65 nm, which means it's probably about a 7-foot antenna. Then it says there's an Ayer fire department repeater. The repeater is at 110 feet, side mounted on the south. Then there's an Ayer police C-channel repeater. That's mounted at 110 feet, side mounted on the west. Then there's an Ayer B-channel simplex base at 100 feet, side mounted to the east. And then there's a DPW repeater, 100 feet, side mounted to the north. And then here's your microwave shot with that same CommScope 2-foot dish at 116 feet. And then it says on here spare antenna at 90, which means they just allocated in the design so that you could put another antenna there. Thank you very much. No, thank you.
Good job.
I'm here for you, Chief.
All right.
That's the chair of the Conservation Commission too.
I frequently have to sit where you are.
Well, I think we need some more information off this one. I think we need to, yes, ma'am?
I've got a number of questions related to my concerns about the tower at Page Hill Top. So I'm Lori nearing it. I'm an abutter of the abutters. So I'm just beyond, I'm on the top of Highland Avenue, so I can see this too. I walk that property almost every day with my dog. I can hear voices coming from the shed. I can hear noises coming from the shed where the things are located right now, the communication systems are located right now. So I have a lot of safety and safety concerns from different perspectives that I don't know if they've been brought up, and I have some concerns about why this wasn't covered when we passed all of this. It wasn't that long ago. We want to obviously support safety issues. We want to support the goals that we're trying to achieve, but we also want to make sure the children are safe. There aren't going to be accidents. There aren't going to be issues related down the road to children having sensitivities or teachers having sensitivities to whatever this electromagnetic waves evolve into over time. So first of all, addressing the guide wires, that's a children's playground up there. And they have an opening and picnic tables out there. I personally take kids out there because I help with after school programs. And I wouldn't want kids who are, in the play area in the woods. I want them to be able to explore the woods. I don't want them to be fenced out of the woods to trip on guide wires, and I don't want it to look awful. I don't want them to feel like they're not in a natural area. It's already bad enough.
So you do not want it fenced?
What's that?
You don't want it fenced?
I couldn't hear you.
You don't want it fenced? Is that what I heard you say?
It sounds like it's going to go beyond the fence quite a bit, right?
We don't know that. We're assuming it is. We have no drawings.
Well,
We have nothing.
right. So we need more information.
Basically, that's what I was saying when we
Yeah.
started this conversation.
Yeah. So I
Yes.
just don't want to see this passed without a whole lot more information.
It was passed, and I understand where you're headed. This passed at town meeting.
But not in this form.
Different format completely. That was the economics. Now, once the economics was adopted by us, town, at that point, it went to engineering. Engineering should have given us a lot more information than what we've got in order to make an informed decision. So, what I was starting to say is that we probably need a lot more information on this before we can make a conscientious decision. I mean, just can't say, okay, well, put your tower over there and paint it yellow so nobody falls over it. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
So,
I appreciate that.
Nor would it be what we want.
I understood.
Right,
Yes, sir.
absolutely.
Obviously, we don't want
Absolutely.
To
So-
clarify, did we build it the way we had voted on and it's not working because of something has changed?
Hasn't
We
been
haven't built
built.
it. It hasn't been built.
Because it's not the same as it was.
It is. We're just finally getting to that phase of it that you're seeing drawings and things of that nature. This is the same
It has not been
project.
built.
This thing has been stalled so long that it's ridiculous, and this is the same project you folks voted on funding.
Right.
Because the shed is different, so
The same shed, everything's the same.
it sure doesn't look the same to me. Okay, so we're back to the original plan. is now being adapted because,
It's not being adapted, it's always been the
It's
plan.
just,
but before we were gonna put it on top of the tower.
Never. No, that was not the plan.
I see.
This was always the plan, the one you see before you today.
Okay, and like you said, we didn't have very good information before.
Zero.
Okay.
Yes, sir?
I guess I'm a little bit puzzled because this was the first time I was notified of this.
And your name is?
I'm sorry?
Your name?
Do I have to give it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Keith Shaw.
And what's your address, sir?
42 Highland. And it looks like we're in process here. It sounds like things have gone backwards. Like this process, the abutters should have been notified beforehand.
Before what?
Or I'm missing something.
We're not starting in the middle. This hasn't even been started. We're at the design phase. Before they start to do the work, the town council decided that the town had to come before the ZBA for a variance to put this equipment up. Nothing's been done. This was voted on at the town meeting to fund, period. Now it's got to the point of it's being engineered. You have preliminaries, well, I consider preliminaries, concept drawings. The concept drawings are no way, you're not going to build off these. There's further details that we don't have and we can't respond to because we don't have. But nothing's been gone forward any further than funding and preliminary design.
I guess if you're building a house, you have to get approval, right?
Right.
Yes.
Okay, and the builder gets everything approved, and then he starts.
Then he gets his permit.
Right. It doesn't seem like we're working, we haven't started it this way. It seems like we've gone backwards because this is the first I've heard of this.
This is the first they've started to approach
Right.
it.
We haven't built
So-
anything.
And that's when, this is, at this stage is when you
It's the
would
beginning.
initially hear about it, right? They've sent out about our notices. because-
You've been told because it's ready to start. That's why you're here.
They haven't built anything,
No.
and that's when you would be notified, right? You wouldn't be notified when, the chief thought of this idea. You'd be notified when they got to a point where, like Sam said, it appears with this project specifically, we need maybe some more information, right? But, we're gonna get that information, and when we get that information, we're gonna have another meeting, and you're gonna be notified again to come and take a look.
We're going to
this.
look at it. In order to make, like I said before, in order to make a conscientious decision, I need a whole lot more to work on than what I've got here. I just can't arbitrarily say, okay, some of them are relatively simple, some of them are not. This one is not, and I expect the next one will not be either. We need to look at more than just preliminary and concept photographs.
So I guess the next question is, we've done all this preliminary work. How much does it cost us?
Don't know.
And we're just not sure.
I would
this is going
think-
Sure,
through.
that's public record.
It makes no sense, as a business person, it makes no sense to me what has transpired.
I would think with the preliminary work that has been done, it's past conceptual, it's in design. I would think that there are some drawings somewhere that shows us more. And as one of the audience members said earlier, there's, what did he call those photographs?
Photo simulation.
Photo simulation. I'm sure that's quite feasible, but it's not something we have to give anybody. We can't show anybody anything because we don't have it. So from this point on, I don't think it's going to go far. But it's built in. The concept, the drawing, the design, the engineering is all built into what we voted on.
It's built into the budget.
Right.
Right, when
We
you
have a
say,
very specific budget. We can't go any higher than that budget.
when you say the concept, all right, it was a concept of building a 120-foot whatever.
Tower.
Guided
Guide tower.
tower. All right, communication tower, and with the construct that it's gonna have additional microwave, antennas and such, like that, that was inside the application or the town warrant?
Yes,
The town warrant, I thought, was just that we needed to go ahead and increase the capabilities of the security.
that was part of it as well. That all, I believe that it was all in the discussion that we had at town meeting. I think, but I don't
If
know.
I may, I think the particulars were left out, so,
There were no particular, so not this particular, no, but the idea that we need this. This is what it is.
Yeah.
That was there, but the particulars, that wasn't the time for the particulars. This is the time for the particulars.
no, and I think
And-
that's what people are struggling with. So what
Right.
people are struggling with is that the town identified a need to improve the communications. And to that gentleman's point, Mr. Ellis's point, in the past, you had dead zones. So having that one tower that worked for all those communities, well, that wasn't true. It didn't work for all those communities. It worked in some of those places in those communities, but there were dead zones. That was something that came up during town meeting. There are places that the current communication system doesn't cover.
Correct.
So part of the town warrant was to fund a gentleman, I can't remember the fellow's name, who was going to engineer a new system.
Sean Fasella.
Thank you. And he would come back, and so this is part of that engineering. And so I think what has caught some of the folks by surprise is that it's a 70-foot tower over here, but it's a 120-foot tower over here, and a new pole by your station. That, I think those details didn't come up the way at town meeting that would have.
They would not have.
Right, because they weren't available yet.
That's not one of the
Because
first
the
places,
engineering
not the
wasn't
right form.
finished.
That's right.
So,
That town meeting was that's your funding,
Funded.
right,
okay?
absolutely.
We're past that, okay? Now we have money in the pot, you call someone who knows what they're doing to put this together. That's where we are right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I think for a lot of us next to this Highland application, the first thing would be a drawing that shows, for instance, to Lori's point, where the guy wires are going to be located. So there must be a construction drawing that's been put together. Second, there should be photo simulation so that folks in the neighborhood will know what the tower is going to look like up against the water tank. And I've actually reached out to some of the people who do that work in my business, and I'll pass on those names in case
Thank
your
you.
person doesn't have one.
Appreciate that.
So that would help folks to understand what it was going to look like from their neighborhoods. And then probably the third thing to Ms. Naring's point would also be, I assume that your gentleman has done a DPH filing for power. So should be a Department of Public Health filing for the power levels around the tower. Now, everything should be appropriate, and I'm sure that's why he's got them at the heights he has them. But having that to discuss at the meeting would be helpful, because then you could assure people that there was no public safety issue from the antennas.
And at the next meeting, I'll make sure that our engineer's here. They can answer more questions.
Yes, ma'am?
Elizabeth Nonis, I live on Berlin Court, number 4. My question is just for clarification. You said that this meeting is about a variance. So what is the actual variance that's being requested? And is there an alternative site or anything that's been identified that you know of? Or basically, is this in the territory or the zoning for telecommunications project? Is that the variance that is being asked for? Or
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so it's not currently in.
It's not in the telecommunications zone, so we have to go through a variance to allow that
Okay, so that's
on those
the
two
variance.
sites.
And there's nowhere else to put it. That's the highest point in the town.
What about the landfill?
Won't work.
I don't know about the,
You're asking the wrong person that question.
yeah, the feasibility is.
I mean, our engineer has been around.
To dig for the foundations, and there's a cap on the landfill that you can't disturb.
And also, if you look at the topo, if you were standing down by the landfill, you were looking way up at the water tank area. So it's a significant drop in elevation. So you'd need a 200-foot tower to do the same thing as a 120 on the top of the tank, by the tanks.
So I guess that's my question. I mean, are there any alternatives? So is there anything that really can be done to mitigate this sighting and this?
I think we're somewhat limited by topography.
Right. There are no
Likewise,
alternatives to what
this
we're
is property
proposing.
the town owns,
Yeah.
right? So the town owns this property as it is.
Well, that's
So
another piece of
I'm
it.
sure, well, I'm not sure, but I imagine when we budgeted for this project, the purchase of property probably wasn't
Was not.
budgeted for, because we
Right.
had this property that the town has already owned for a number of years.
So it's kind of a predetermined location. just based on geography?
Yes.
I mean, there's some, you go up to the power line areas, and there are areas that are much higher out there. Has anybody researched those or done anything with that?
I know our engineer looked at the entire town, so in his assessment of radio waves and how they travel and where they need to go, I know all was done.
I'm going to suggest, and I'm going to entertain motions that we table this till next month when we have more information, your engineer, and some preliminary, and some drawings. So,
Is this the town engineer who's been working on this?
No, it's an engineer that was hired by the town. He's not the town engineer.
yes,
And
ma'am?
then,
Okay, before you table it, Janet Proudacre over at Brilliant Court. I've got two other, concerns. If you can go ahead and have the engineer, address
We're going to ask the engineer to be present.
Well, I know, but give a heads
You
up.
can express your concerns, but I doubt we'll be able to answer them.
No,
for the
this is
engineer
for
specifically.
information,
Yep, go
that's
ahead.
all. Okay, one is, I understand from the application that because the tower is not 200 feet or near an airport, you don't have to have lights.
right.
Okay. What about the helicopter that goes to the hospital?
Med flight.
Same reason, we wouldn't
FAA
put that
said
in
you don't need
danger,
it.
obviously, so I'm sure that passes as well.
I
I mean,
think-
helicopter's got to fly at a certain height as well.
Right, but it's,
Well, and
All of that's been
frankly,
checked.
just taking a sense of the crowd right now, one of the things that I've noticed is that people are concerned about the site of the tower. If we put a blinking light on the top of that,
no,
thing,
I
everybody in
understand,
here
I
is
understand,
gonna
but, again, this is one thing that
I-
may.
Well, there-
I understand that.
It's a good question, right? And that has been taken
And
into
the,
account.
okay, and then the other thing too, there's gonna be a power generator and there's gonna be a new propane tank that's gonna be added.
What about
Correct.
noise levels?
Those were already there, and those are only for
The-
when power goes out.
Okay, so they are there, and they're not gonna get,
They don't run.
anything bigger? or
No,
anything?
no,
Okay.
and they don't run unless the power's
Unless the
out,
power goes
they
out.
don't run.
Okay. All right, those are my two others.
Will this information be made available to us in advance of this meeting, the next
We
meeting?
we have the meeting the same time every month, 6 PM. This is the
Third Wednesday.
Third Wednesday, so
Yep.
next March, come on down.
My question is, will information that you are going to be getting from the engineer be available on the web so that we can review it and educate ourselves?
We don't get the package until Friday before the meeting, so I have no idea.
Generally, just the agenda is posted on the
That's-
town website.
That's right.
Yeah, we get nothing. This package that we have here, we got Friday. It gets posted to us Friday before the meeting.
Could it
So
have been posted on Friday though? 'Cause we-
I don't see any reason, if we have it, it should be posted on the Friday before the meeting.
How do
They
post-
don't post the packet.
Should,
It should.
They just post the agenda.
no, the package,
Package should be there.
yeah,
You do?
yeah.
Could they
So
put
anything
together
for-
packets
Because they
for
could-
all the residents?
I'm sorry?
Could they put packets together for all the residents?
It's
Tonight's
online.
meeting was 114 pages, so I'd imagine.
It had to go in a Dropbox. We couldn't email it to anybody. We had to get it off a Dropbox.
And we have to print it out on our own.
Is there anything precluding us from posting that information so that people have it before the meeting?
No, sir.
So that we could do that ourselves?
Yeah, I would see. no problem
Absolutely.
with that.
So I bet Cindy could help you put a spot on the police department website.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we could put that up so you have it well in advance of the meeting, so that you have a chance to review it before you come here and find all this stuff out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it would be very helpful if you email me questions so that we can make sure they're answered.
That sounds great.
And my email address is just pdchief@ayer.ma.us. It's very simple. And I'll make sure that those get posted. The questions themselves get posted, not who they're from, the questions and the answers to go to them.
Thank you.
So that everybody can share the information.
Thank you, Chief.
Where would you get that posted, on the town's Facebook page? or-
Town's website.
Website, town
The
website.
police department has a section on the town's website. That'll be my plan anyway.
Make a motion, Michael.
All right, I motion to continue the public hearing for, let me just pull it up real quick. Okay, I motion to continue the public hearing for 0 Rear Highland Avenue / 115 Washington Street, Assessors Map 20, parcel 20-22, Air Mass 01432, for the applicant seeking a variance until our next meeting
Do both of them.
in March. Okay, do we want to do that with the next?
There's no reason to do this PD site if we can't get Hilltop site done, so.
Hilltop, we approved Hilltop.
No, you
No,
approved Pingree.
Pingree, I'm
That's
sorry.
all that's been
Why
approved
did I
so
think
far,
Pingree?
so the two remaining are Hilltop and the police station.
Yes,
So then let's.
So might as well put them both on next meeting.
that sounds right.
Okay.
Okay.
So the 21st is your next?
21st of March.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Do
then,
engineers have enough time to develop that between now and March 21st?
I don't know, that's one of the questions I'm going to be asking tomorrow. Okay.
You may want to come back to the board through email or whatever and say, we can't do it.
If we don't have the information, we're not going to waste your time,
So you wait another,
right?
okay.
and again, sir, if you look for the, if you go on the zoning board's website, on the town website, the agenda will be posted, so if chief says that he can't get, the engineer can't get the information together and they do want to continue it another month, that'll be something we'll have posted for
I
you.
just wanted to make that clear about this, that
Absolutely, I wouldn't waste your time with that if I knew it was going to happen.
Okay.
All right, in that case, then I motion to also continue 54 Park Street / Assessors Map 26, parcel 19-17, Air Mass 01432. The applicant is seeking a variance.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can you
Chief.
folks that are
Thank you.
here representing the rest of the abutters, can you get the information out to them, what we're doing? Okay, good, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we're not closing it because it's been continued, right?
Agenda. Thank you very much. Likewise.
What's that?
Am I seeing the agenda posted on the website?
No, I,
Post that information yourself?
I see the packages on the website.
No.
This one I had to get off Dropbox.
But I was even last month, I'm fairly certain it's just in the agenda.
Yeah, I was
I'll have to ask Carly about that.
last minute, I couldn't, yeah, it was the only day.
We still have we have another one to go through, all right. Okay, yeah, thank you.
I'm here to listen.
All right, Ayer ZBA will conduct a public hearing at 7:20 PM on Wednesday, February 21st at Ayer Town Hall located 1 Main Street, Ayer, Mass. 01432, regarding the application by Calco LLC, 217 West Main Street, Ayer, Mass. 01432. Applicant is seeking a special permit pursuant to zoning bylaw 2009-3352D floodplain district for alterations within a floodplain district for proposed commercial development of storage units.
All right. Let's skip one of those.
All right.
There we go.
Is that the only drawing that you have?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm.
This is all we got.
Hold on. Might not be. Yep.
That's it.
But we have the packet in front of us, so we have all the drawings.
Very good.
Let me get there.
I also have it if it might help to plug it in. That's of
Truthfully,
interest.
I'm not the tech guy, so
Okay.
I don't even know how.
That's fine.
Every time I touch a goddamn thing, it changes.
Yeah, in the case.
114 pages.
Yeah, 10 pick up a lot.
And,
120 feet, 114 pages.
all right, here we go.
You ready?
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay.
West Main, now, is
Now,
that?
this was the one we had come in.
For the,
So that's just before the gate on the right, down.
Where the dirt piles
as
are.
you're coming into
Yes.
town, yes.
Yes.
We did this
I know.
And this is with the understanding that any future work to be done on the flood zone had to come before this board, which is the purpose of this meeting.
That's correct.
Yes.
All right, so now you can explain what that extra work is.
Yep.
All
Oh, it's
So my name's Kyle Burchard with GPR. Thank you for having us here this evening. I'll just start out, perhaps, unless there's any objection, to just reading through what it is that we had submitted to the board. The proposed project at 217 West Main Street in Ayer will require encroachment into the 100-year floodplain in order to meet Mass DEP stormwater standards. These stormwater standards are required under the authority of the Wetlands Protection Act, Mass General Laws 131, Section 40, and the Massachusetts Clean Waters Act, Massachusetts General Laws 21, Section 26 through 53. Compliance with Mass DEP stormwater standards makes alteration of the 100-year floodplain unavoidable for this project without exceptional hardship to the applicant due to the following constraints. Providing acceptable slope for overland and pipe conveyance of stormwater to a point uphill of the floodplain would require raising the site grade significantly from where they currently are. Providing drainage around long, flat slabs for the storage units prevents significantly raising the site grades. Number two, the existing grade on West Main Street at the proposed entrance would cause too steep of a slope over the short entrance if the site was raised up. The necessity to keep water from West Main Street from entering into the site makes such an option even less feasible to raise the site up. The existing plateau shape of the site is very irregular. It doesn't really conform to a rectilinear development. Drainage pipe infrastructure that's required to make the stormwater work is typically 3 to 3.5 feet deep, and it gets deeper over the length of the pipe as it's draining the water. The need to maintain adequate separation from the groundwater means that the stormwater facilities have to be somewhat shallow with a larger footprint and at elevations below the piped outlets. So this application is all about elevation. We have just a rough table to help understand the elevations that are in play here. The existing high point of the grade on the site is about 223.5. The West Main Street area is fairly flat, but it's at about an elevation of 224. The 100-year floodplain is pegged at 218.8, and the depth to groundwater across the site is about 4 feet to 5.5 feet below the existing grade, and we're required to hold a 2-foot separation to the groundwater for the stormwater infiltration facilities that satisfy the Mass DEP stormwater standards. So,
question. You said you're 4 feet above the water table?
the existing grades on the site.
Okay.
4 to 5, yeah.
So this facility is going to be like on a floating slab?
Yes.
Well, not exactly, sir, Mr. Chairman. It's set off where the grade drops off, and that's where the floodplain begins. And so that's why this lower area is the only place that it makes sense to be able to treat this stormwater runoff, because it is at the lower elevation that's in the floodplain. And so maybe just a couple things. In your packet is the FEMA flood map, where it's showing the flood zone generally for the Nashua River, which is, it takes a dog leg. It's kind of pointing at the site coming eastbound, and then it takes a dog leg to run south along McPherson Road. Mm-hmm. So there's many different components to a floodplain, but one is the floodway itself, where when the flood comes and there's a large volume of water, the floodway is an area that needs to be able to convey a lot of water unobstructed. And then you have the storage, the overbank storage area of the floodplain, which is just has volume so that all that main water in the channel can spread out, and that's how you get the floodplain. So we're far off on the periphery of the floodplain. We're not in the middle of the floodway. This change in this kind of piece for piece exchange of floodplain with flood fill is compensatory truly in an area where there's not a need for the conveyance of the floodway channel. It's overbank. It's just providing a volume of storage for that floodplain. And at the very end of the packet is the chart. One page from the back is the chart that really goes foot per foot, showing that what we're proposing by way of cut is foot per foot, providing more than adequate compensatory flood storage for that overbank volume that's needed for that floodplain not to affect any parcels downstream or any adjacent parcels. So the numbers, again, may not be exactly important, but if we walk through the figures, the SKCFP1 is just looking at the total amount of work within the floodplain. It's just under 2,500 square feet. You see on the next SKCFP2, it's just pointing out where the areas
How big is the work area itself?
for the total project.
Yeah.
I think it's less than an acre. I think it's 40,000 square feet.
No, I think the impervious is 24.
2460.
Right, but there's a little bit of area around the imperviousness. I think.
2,400 square foot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Work area inside the 100 years, 2,400 square foot. But I understand what he's doing.
Right. So then you can see on FP3 where we show really the areas where we're decreasing the flood storage area, the floodplain, and then where we're increasing it. The red is where we're decreasing it, little bits around the edge, and then we have a kind of a bigger area in green that handles all that. It's actually exactly the same. It just, because going through the Conservation Commission, that we had a compensatory flood storage area that was more into the wetland buffer that's adjacent to the property. But we shifted that out so that, and we had more compensatory storage and more increased flood zone area, but to comply with the requests of the Conservation Commission, we reduced that so it's right at parity for square footage. Overall volume is still larger than what currently is the case.
Are you going to bring the fill in, or are you going to use the fill off the site?
I haven't been tasked with understanding or calculating exactly what those volumes will be. I don't know exactly what the volumes need to be removed from the site. There's pavement existing on the site from being an old, auto used car lot. That'll have to be removed from the site. Some of the material that's there could certainly be reused. It's a very difficult calculation. I think as much of the material that's on the site as possible, the least amount of moving of material we can do, the better.
I'm just curious. Okay.
Yeah. Then there was the plan you started with up on the screen that is just kind of, an overall on the site, the full site plan, grading plan that shows the limits of what it currently is and the limits of what we're proposing it to be.
It's in more detail on the others. Right?
Yeah.
The conservation.
Yep, I saw that, and that was for me, the golden ticket.
What was?
So the Conservation Commission.
Conservation Commission said they're happy.
Specifically.
Well, they said that, they did the notice of intent and they were satisfied with that. So I guess that means they didn't see any
No flags.
any
Right.
problem or any negative impact.
Mhm. Their concerns have been addressed
Correct.
in the notice of intent process. So.
Got our compensatory storage.
Yes.
Right.
So,
I think so.
Well, I really think it's a conservation thing, and if they're happy, then I certainly have no qualms.
Rod?
agree?
Jess?
Well, we wound up happy enough.
Well, that was a real glowing recommend. Happy enough?
Happy enough is good enough.
All right, make a motion.
All right, in that case.
Next time, we'll give you a little gift from this.
I motion to grant a special permit pursuant to zoning bylaw 2009 3.3.5.2D floodplain district for alterations within the floodplain district for proposed commercial development of storage units.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your time. Ruth, you're the last one.
Yep.
I motion to close the public hearing for 217 West Main Street.
Second.
Mary Spinner said.
All in favor?
Aye.
It is closed. All right. What we have left to do, yes,
Approve the meeting minutes.
meeting minutes, yes.
Make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of January 17th.
As written.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Most of us were here.
I tried to.
Yeah.
You almost got through it, too,
Without
huh?
such a recognition.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Wait, do you have to abstain?
He didn't vote.
No, he didn't
vote.
vote.
I did not vote.
And I believe the minutes have to get signed by somebody.
Ron wasn't here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, right,
Okay.
okay.
That wasn't a dick.
But
John, did you motion to?
Aye, motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, March
We are adjourned.
21st.
Thank you.